This is the new Pan Tilt Zoom from Wyze. Let's do an unboxing and take a look. Hi, I'm Norman Beckles and welcome to another 2-Minute Tech Talk. This is the new updated one for 2023. We'll take a look at the outside of the box and see if we see anything different. 1080, color night vision cam, full 360 by 180, recording on a chip, IP. This is an outdoor one. The previous one was not. This is IP65 compatible. Motion sound detection, wide angle lens, 120 degrees. It does have something called privacy mode. I'm interested in that. One of the issues I have with the previous one is that I do keep it in my home and I turn it off, and then sometimes when I turn it off, it's still pointing towards me, so I have to go over and give it a little turn, but it looks like they have some kind of a privacy mode. Two-way communication. Again, this will be better than the previous version where it was very faint, but you can carry on a conversation now with the newer versions of the camera, so I expect no less from this. And if we get a Plus subscription, which I have, you can have it recognize a person, a vehicle, a package, continuous recording, and be able to view it in a web browser, so that's cool. We'll do an unboxing because this is the newest version, and I know some people are interested in seeing what we have, so we got a little, oh, look at that, little ring to pull right out on that on. And cool, so first of all, we get two stickers. First is the I backed sticker. Anytime Wyze comes out with a product, the first people who order it will get one of these stickers. You've seen these in previous videos. This one says I backed this one, so I'll put that with my collection. And we have a new sticker. I'm not sure why this came, but this is a, maybe it was for Halloween or something, but it is some kind of a little spider on a web. I'm sure that will become apparent why that is in a few minutes. We have the quick start guide. Just going through here, let's real quickly see if it says anything different. It's going to talk about the items in the box. It's going to talk about putting it on. It's going to talk about the indicator lights. It does talk about mounting the bracket in something like concrete. And then exposure. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. Does this just open right up? This must open. This is probably the brackets or the power. It is the power. So we get their standard brick. It's a standard one. I think it's 2 amps. Here are our bolts for putting it into drywall, and then there's a screw for the bottom section. And then we have our long cord, and it is micro USB as opposed to USB-C. Eventually they will switch to that. We have our little silica gel. And then we have the camera itself, which looks pretty cool. It's all one piece. When we screw this, it'll still be turning. The part that turns is on this. It is not magnetic, which is a little bit of a disappointment because the other ones, everything else has been magnetic, and that made it a little easier sometimes to mount it because it had the built-in earth magnet. We have the protective lens. Go ahead and pull that off. We have the setup button on the bottom and the hole for the SD card slot. Just for comparison, this is version 3. I do have another video comparing all of the cameras, but I just wanted to just put that in there for now. Add power. As I said, it is a micro USB, and they've made it a little weird because it's up inside of there. So we're going to have to, so you cannot just use any cable because when it comes out, it's going to make that turn. So if you don't use this cable, you are not going to be able to do that. So if I do use that cable, I am all set and it's up and running. So now we have to add this to our Wyze profile. Take my phone out here. I'll be doing a video on this as well. A lot of videos here, which is why you want to subscribe to the channel. This is a new screen launcher if you are a Star Trek fan, and it's fully functional in terms of that I can get to all of my programs. One advantage is that no one touches my phone now because they have no idea where to find anything. We're going to come over here to Wyze. This button is marked Wyze, and we will go ahead and Click that, and it brings us into the Wyze camera program. I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Device. It asks me what I want to add. I want to do the newest one, which is the Pan Cam V3. It says on the bottom, just push and hold until it says Setup.
Ready to connect.
And ready to connect, and we click on that, and it says which Wi-Fi. We're going to just use that Wi-Fi. It asks us, did we hear it say ready to connect? We said yes. And then it says it's just QR code. I don't think there's anything massive with this QR code.
Ready to connect. QR code scan. Please
Okay,
wait.
so it says QR code scan. I don't know if that scans, if that's anything specific, but we will hide that from you just in case. So we'll just call it Pan 1.
Setup completed.
It asks if we want to do a trial of the Cam Plus license. I'm going to say no thanks. Every time you buy a camera, it asks you, do you want to buy one? I'll put a link below. You can actually buy a package. It's X number of dollars, but it covers 99 cameras for the year. And it's just a lot easier to have it done that way rather than buy a license, because they expire at different times and it's just kind of a hassle. We'll go ahead and go to the next screen. It asks us if we want to manage and share this with any users. It asks us if we want to talk about mounting. We're going to go ahead and skip that. As with almost all devices from Wyze, when you get them, that because they're constantly upgrading them, it does already tell me, even though this is a brand new camera, that there already is an update to the firmware. Always take the update. And it says, congratulations, we have earned the badge because we have a Wyze Pan 3. You'll see some messages that are popping up at the bottom of my screen, and that is because I have programmed Tasker to respond to the Wyze cameras. So when the Wyze camera gets a notification or it wants to tell me something, it pops in Tasker. If you want to find out more about Tasker, I'll put a video for that up above. Working with these cameras and Tasker, it's just fantastic. So I can do things like say, look, if it's between midnight and 7 a.m. and you notice a person, I need you to turn on the sprinkler system and turn on the floodlights, etc. Here's the camera right here. I'll go ahead and click on it. And we have all the things that you would expect to see, and we have a little trackpad here, and using that trackpad we can control the camera. Now we have SD card for formatting the SD card. They haven't put one in yet. I will take. I almost always would tell you to put an SD card in, and that's because without an SD card it will record incidences, events. However, your event will start in the middle. So if it notices something and it says, oh, wait a minute, I should start saving this. Well, you've already missed whatever happened up to that point. If you put an SD card in, then you can go back and see what happened that made it actually do that. You have a record mode, which will allow you, if you're seeing something funny going on and you want to record something, you can do that and it will start recording right then and there. We have this privacy mode. Cool. That's really cool. So the privacy mode, I wondered how they were going to do that. The privacy mode takes and turns the camera in such a way that the lens is pointed towards the bottom. No, that certainly is privacy. That works. Let's take it out of privacy mode. So yeah, so I really like that. Before, the camera could be pointed towards you and then you would turn it off, and this is how it would stay. And you'd always have this lurking suspicion in your mind. Is the camera on? Is it off? Can somebody still see me? And as I said, what I've done with my previous one is I'll take it and I'll spin it towards the wall so I can make absolutely sure. So I do like this privacy mode. You do that, and Bob's your uncle. It takes it right out of there. That in itself is worth the price of admission. As with all the new cameras, it has a siren, which is fairly loud. It will stop on its own after 26 seconds. great. We have track motion. So it's tracking me because I'm the largest thing in the picture. And I usually leave that on, especially if I'll have it do, see, it's trying to figure out what to look at. Let's turn that up before that drives me crazy. That's a quick look at the new version 3 pan tilt indoor outdoor camera from Wyze. I'll leave a link for it in the comments below. If you'd like to see more videos on the other cameras from Wyze, click the subscribe button. This is Orman Beckles, and you've been watching another 2-Minute Tech Talk.